Bobby Kent, May 12, 1973, the son of Iranian immigrants Fred and Farah Kent, originally surnamed Khayam, attended South Broward High School in the South Florida suburb of Hollywood, Florida. The 20-year-old was considered a popular kid at the time and was best friends with Martin Puccio. They grew up together and were considered inseparable. But suddenly, in mid to July 1993, Bobby seemingly vanished into thin air, with nobody knowing what happened. However, according to the group of friends involved, the main issue was Kent's cruel and domineering presence in their lives. Marty Puccio, Kent's supposed best friend since childhood, had a particularly troubled relationship with him. Puccio recounted instances where he would return from Kent's house with bruises, and sometimes even injuries, prompting his parents to urge him to end his association with Kent. What initially seemed like rough play was later revealed to be physical abuse. Despite this, Puccio found himself unable to sever ties with Kent. As they entered their teenage years, both boys spent considerable time at the gym, where they also reportedly used steroids, exacerbating Kent's already aggressive behavior. Additionally, Puccio and Kent were allegedly involved in the Southern Florida gay prostitution scene, with speculation that Kent was exploiting Puccio at clubs. The introduction of girls into the group, particularly Lisa Connolly and Allie Willis, further complicated matters. Lisa Connolly, Marty Puccio's girlfriend, was appalled by Bobby Kent's treatment of her boyfriend and began plotting his removal from their lives, especially after learning she was pregnant with Puccio's child. Lisa Connolly, Marty Puccio, Allie Willis, and 3 other friends, Donald Semenuk, Derek DeVerco, and Heather Swallers, hatched a plan to kill Kent while meeting at a Pizza Hut in Fort Lauderdale. Lisa Connolly reached out to a self-proclaimed hitman, Derek Hoffman, to assist them. On the night of July 14, 1993, the group led Bobby Kent to a secluded canal near Weston, Florida, under the pretense of hanging out. While Allie Willis and Heather Swallers distracted Bobby Kent, Donald Semenuk stabbed him in the neck. Marty Puccio then stabbed Bobby Kent in the stomach and slit his throat, while Derek Hoffman delivered the final blow by striking Bobby Kent's head with a baseball bat. The teenagers then disposed of Kent's body in a marsh, hoping that alligators would dispose of the evidence. Several days later, a remorseful Derek DeVerco contacted the Broward County Sheriff's Office and led them to Bobby Kent's body. All involved in the murder were prosecuted, with varying sentences. At the trial, none of them displayed any remorse. It was found that 3 of the killers had never even met Bobby Kent prior to the night of the murder. The killers, also known as the Broward 7. Martin Joseph Marty Puccio. Date of birth March 1, 1973. Puccio was the best friend of Bobby Kent, but had a turbulent relationship with him, characterized by abuse and manipulation. Puccio, along with his girlfriend Lisa Connolly and several other individuals, orchestrated the murder of Bobby Kent. Puccio was the ringleader of the group and played a significant role in planning and carrying out the attack. After the crime, Puccio initially attempted to cover up his involvement, but was eventually arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He was convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Lisa Connolly, Marty Puccio's girlfriend. Date of birth, July 31, 1974. Spent 11 years incarcerated, with periods of community custody allowing her to reside outside prison while under supervision. She was finally released for good in 2004. Lisa now resides in Pennsylvania with her daughter from her relationship with Marty Puccio, as well as a younger son. In an interview, Lisa's cousin Derek DeVerco remarked positively about Lisa's daughter, suggesting she might make wiser choices in friends than her mother did. Struggling to secure a job due to her criminal record, Lisa transitioned to self-employment, becoming a certified optician and operating a cleaning business. Since her release, she has maintained a low profile. Derek DeVerco. Date of birth, November 2, 1973. Identified as Lisa Connolly's cousin, admitted to assisting in moving Bobby Kent's body to the water's edge a few days following the murder. He confessed his involvement to authorities and led them to the crime scene. DeVerco subsequently testified against the other defendants as part of a plea agreement, resulting in a 6-year sentence served in a minimum security facility. According to a profile from the Florida Corrections Department, He is known by the nickname Quarter Pounder. Following his release from prison in 1999, the robust former conspirator held a position as a truck driver for a period. Presently residing in Missouri, he is a single father raising one child. Alice Allie Willis, Bobby Kent's former girlfriend. Date of birth, August 29, 1975. After serving 6 years of a 40-year sentence, which was later reduced to 17 years in a minimum security facility, she is now free and prefers to go by the name Alice. Following her relocation to Palm Bay, Florida, she faced a charge for retail theft in 2013, constituting a probation violation, though it did not result in her returning to prison. In 2012, she made an appearance on a talk show where she was identified as the mother of 4 children. She resides with her husband and children in Melbourne, Florida. Interestingly, Alice stated she has not maintained contact with the other individuals involved in the conspiracy. Heather Swallers, date of birth, May 4, 1975. A friend in tow of Ali Willis, an 18-year-old crackhead, received a lenient sentence after admitting to second-degree murder and providing testimony against her accomplices. She spent 5 years in a minimum security facility and currently resides in Georgia with her children. Despite being present during the crime, it appears that she played a lesser role compared to the other 7 individuals involved. Donald Semenek, date of birth, July 15, 1975. Ali Willis's current boyfriend at the time of the murder is currently incarcerated at the Gulf Correctional Institute in Weewahitchka. Don received a harsher sentence than expected. Initially anticipating a maximum of 22 years, he was instead sentenced to life imprisonment for his pivotal role in initiating the violent attack, delivering a stab wound to Bobby Kent's neck. No mention of parole eligibility accompanies his life sentence. It's been said that Donald has accumulated 20 infractions while in prison, including possessing a weapon and engaging in drug and alcohol use. The self-proclaimed hitman. Derek Kaufman, date of birth, May 8, 1973. Currently serving a life sentence at the Gulf Correctional Institute in Weewahitchka, Kaufman's involvement in the murder plot was not motivated by personal victimization. There is no indication that Bobby Kent ever harmed him. Reportedly, Kaufman became involved because he enjoyed spending time with vulnerable teenagers. He falsely claimed mafia ties and promised to provide a gun for the crime, but ultimately supplied a bat instead. At Derek's sentencing, his grandfather, Sam Kaufman, characterized him as a naive youth, stating, "It wasn't as bad as the judge said." Derek's time in prison has been marked by misconduct, with 18 infractions recorded, including drug use and defiance of orders. I would like to take this time to pay my respects to the victim and all family members that lost their children on both sides. You deserve better. Murder is never the answer to any of life's problems. If you or someone you know are the victims of bullying, you should tell an adult. If that doesn't work, call your local police for help. And remember, always respect and treat others the way you would like to be treated. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for more Killer Cliff Notes, and I'll see you in the next one.